Yeah, I think that's close enough. Let's just start there. Let's lower the music a little bit. You can let me know if it's too loud or too low or whatever. Anyway, let's get back to where I was here. So, we went from a drought of like a month or two of nothing from any private server to suddenly everybody talking about what they're going to be doing for the next year, or even just today, all in the last like day or two. So it became overwhelming. That's why I'm going to be doing my kind of like not so monthly news roundup, but I'm going to be doing it live. And for anybody watching the VOD or watching it now, I will be repeating something per section because I want to segment this live stream and post each section as a video. So if people don't catch the live stream, or they're only interested in one server or two servers out of the few that I'm going to cover here, then they can specifically watch that video. So I will be repeating this, what I'm about to say is basically, this is going to be cut from a live stream. So I'm basically anytime I start a segment, I will be saying that just so people watching the video segment knows that it's cut from a live stream and not, you know, pre-recorded, edited. It's all on the fly. So we will be covering, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 or 9 servers today. All of them have come out with some sort of news in the last day or two, so for a lot of you, this is going to be brand new stuff. So let's start. I'm going to switch over the screen here. I'll turn up my volume a little bit. If I'm a little too loud, let me know. So we're going to be starting with Azeroth at War, and you can see I have a whole bunch of them listed here, and also we will be going on to the PTR of World of RuneScape, just so I can physically show you some of the new stuff. I probably won't take too long to do that. I'll do what I can to speed it up a little bit. I'm saving this one for last, because that one's going to be a big one. Turtle's going to be big too, but I'm putting them in the middle. It's not really any particular order. That's just whatever order I set it in. My mustache keeps going into my mouth, and I hate it. I think it's time to trim. Anyway, so Azeroth at War. I did a quick, brief overview of a lot of this, but most of it I did not look at just yet. So, first things first. This is going to be the update for Azeroth at War. So, greetings, friends, and Happy New Year's Eve for those celebrating. Today we would like to brief you on our work behind the scenes since the last beta, and our perspectives for 2025 and launching. Without further ado, let's begin. First things first, new starting zones, the Winterax Peaks and the Paranoid Retreat. Many of you felt our lore for the Winterax tribe joining the Horde to be lackluster. I definitely said that during the live stream when we were playing the beta earlier. It's basically like a single quest to be like, oh, something happened, we need to join the Horde. Oh, hey, there's Forest Trolls over there. And then you basically do, it's one quest, and then you do the Forest Troll starting zone. So yeah. Now, because of this, we are serious about your input. We have come up with a new starting experience for Ice Trolls. By the way, this was already planned, and then they cut it, and then they're re-releasing it. Anyways, that will explain their, for the Ice Trolls, that will explain their woes and banding up with former enemies. Not far away are also the peaks of Alterac, lies the former domain of the Altera kings of old, Paranoid Retreat. A small group of renegades and former syndicate thieves are banded up to restore their nation's prestige and join the Alliance once again. Now, I believe those were already playable as well in the beta. They're basically skinny humans, like the skinny human model, but they're going to be the Alteri humans, while the fat human model is going to be the Kultiris. I don't know if they're going to be doing anything special for Kultiris. I have no information on that yet, but there's a picture of the Winterax area, which I don't know if these are going to be custom zones or they're going to be carved out chunks in the world, because I believe that is what they were planning on doing. So let's see here. Well, let me see. Did they have a map provided real quick? They did not. Okay, so I actually don't know if they're, again, if they're going to be, like, custom, zones that are, like, instanced out, or they're, like, just cut out areas in the world, because some starting zones are like that and some are not. So, let's see. Expanding the classic world. New additions from Warcraft 3 and the RPG books. Hey, if they want to do Warcraft, how about some Warcraft 1? Put in Sunnyglade. Anyway, we have mentioned many times that the Warcraft RTS series, alongside the role-playing books, have been our main source of inspiration for the project. As an ode to them, we have resolved to implement many mentioned locations that are not in the base game as possible. This will benefit players with a greatly improved leveling experience up to 60 and bring back the feeling of exploration. Here's some pictures. I can't click on them to show you, but we have like a cave with a bunch of spider webs, but it also looks like a dungeon. So that's possibly a new custom instance. I can't quite tell where. It looks, if I had to guess, probably Duskwood. That's if I had to guess. To the right of it there, I don't know where that would be. I mean, it looks like Plaguelands and with all the yellow fog, but don't know for sure. But it's definitely a goblin area. Down there, that looks very like Tirisfal, so that's probably gonna be like Tirisfal Upland area. Well, that's what they call it in Turtle WoW. I'm just gonna be calling it that unless they name it something else. To the right of that one looks like Stone Talon. So probably, oh, what other server added it? I think it was Epoch WoW that were adding the Stone Talon Caverns or something like that. They might be doing that as well, because that was something from, I believe, Warcraft 3. Alright, so custom races, Blizz-like standards. Let us be real, all races and sub-races have been the greatest pillar of this project. Really, I think it's like one of the only reasons people are joining the server, because of the custom races. But anyway, one of our main selling points, however, as many of them were never intended to be playable races, they are missing important features. Animations. That song is really loud. Let me change that real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, so animations, item models, customization options. We have resolved to fix these issues and improve these models within the bounds of our budget to get them as close as possible to official standard. So as you see right there, there's the Altari. They're the more skinny humans. It looks like they have fully decked out armor now. We have the Furbolg that, now that they have shields, weapons, it looks like the kilts are finally working. It's not like they're being skinned into their legs. You still have a little bit of clipping there at the top of their feet, but it's not that bad because you're going to be looking down at them anyway. They're kind of shorter. The helmets are finally working. Shoulder pads are working. I can't see the cloaks, so I can't tell. I think that the cloaks were already working, so it should be fine. Same thing with the Worgen. Cloaks are working. No shoulder pads yet, but I don't think that was an issue for them. I know helmets was an issue, but we can't tell right now. Their skirt is working, because it was the same thing with the Furbolg, where it kind of like skinned down their legs. And then Murloc right there, as you see, they have different customization options, which makes them look more fish-like. But also, they have a ton of animation. Now, a lot of them, I don't know if they're going to be saying, no, they didn't say there, but they did say animations, and I can tell you off the bat, a lot of them that didn't have, like, mounting animations now have mounting animations, such as the Furbolg, I think, got a mounting animation. I don't know if the Worgen did, but the Naga did. A lot of creatures that didn't have mounting animations now do. Class changes and Necromancer. We promise to offer new ways to play old classes and their specializations, and make viable those of them that were categorized as meme specs. Back in the day, class changes and balances are a delicate topic. So far, we have had hits and misses, but we promise to try our best to improve the experience and feedback gained from our betas. They have proven as invaluable. Sorry, I am just like, I don't know if it's just because I was drinking a lot last night or what, but anyway, so there's the new talent setup for, it's gotta be Necromancer, but I'm not sure what spec that would be. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have read more. So, because they've only had two talent specs so far, they have the DPS casting and the tanking melee spec. I don't remember what their names were, but that's how their Necromancer plays on this server. They have tanking and DPS. They have now added a third specialization. The third Necromancer talent tree is called Lichdom, which... that is the stupidest fucking name. I'm sorry. That is so dumb. But it looks like it's going to be another caster DPS thing that will revolve around you being a lich. So probably that bottom one right there is going to be like a transformation. I expect them so you could turn into a lich. Oh, you know what they could do? So it would have to be obviously tweaked from its lore self to be gameplay friendly, but if you go this lich spec, similar to how shamans have a self-resurrect, give them a self-resurrect because they're a lich. They can come back if their phylactery is still intact. So do a spell called phylactery or something that makes like a temporary phylactery, and then if they die, kind of like a soul stone, a warlock soul stone, but it only affects them like a shaman's resurrect. So if they die, they can come back, and then that item is used up, and they would have to make another one like a soul stone. So it'd be a mix of the two spells. But I think that would work absolutely great for that kind of you know, thing. All right, so what can you expect from us in 2025? This is the last thing, and then we move on to the next server. We will start with the most important thing. Due to political instability in certain countries in Europe, the war basically, some of our team members, including the owner, have been away for weeks doing humanitarian work. That set the project back a few good weeks, and we will be looking forward to towards a mid-2025 release. Actually, you know what? They said some countries in Europe. I was thinking the war, but then I realized shit went down in Germany. So yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff going on over there right now. I don't know all of it because I'm American, but yeah, it's not just the war. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Anyway, keep in mind that this... I'm sorry, I just blanked for a second. Keep in mind that this is subject to change, and the date may be changed to be earlier or later. During our last internal team meet, we estimated our project's progress to be around 75 to 80% of what we planned for release. Once again, without further ado, I will present to you the brief to-do list for our release. Polishing base classes using your beta feedback, removing inconsistencies in the tree. This also includes itemization where needed. Balancing those classes within our capabilities, implementing the Lichdom and reworking the first two Necromancer specializations to our official standard. I know from the first beta, it was not that good, but the last beta, I heard that it was a lot better to play a Necromancer. I don't know for sure because I just kind of like played around with it. I didn't really get deep into the class. So, but from what I've heard feedback-wise, it is a lot better. Anyway, implementing more new areas in zones that are lacking enough quests for a good leveling experience, such as Darkshore. Darkshore has a ton of quests. What are they talking about? Anyway, implementing around 40 new quests in our very own custom Gilneas. Bringing all of our races to higher standards. Right now, the biggest hurdle will be the Naga females, as they need a total makeover for their animations, which does not come cheap. Integrating our new races in the old world Vita questlines and NPCs. Now, I provided a ton of feedback from the last beta on the various starting zones, that like the new ones that they implemented, and I hope they looked at that because, like, I think one of them I thought was really good. The other one was absolutely garbage. And the third one started strong, but it teetered out. And then it was really boring by the last, like, third of it. So I really hope that they look at that and make it a little bit better. Anyway, at least one new leveling dungeon, which is probably that was the picture we saw earlier. It doesn't look like they say where it is, but I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be in... What did I say it was? Duskwood? Yeah, because that's what it looks like. Anyway, a new hello, a new Murloc starting zone with much better lore explanations for joining the Horde, set in a Warcraft 3 era that will... Sorry, that's peeving me a little bit. I don't need to get into that. Anyway, new flight paths for a smoother traveling experience, implementing toys that transform you into various creatures for role-playing purposes. The reason for that is because there's a lot more races that they want to add. However, in the base game, like in the coding of the game, it only allows for a certain amount of races to be playable, which is why they're doing a lot of sub races, which I believe in the coding of it is technically just a customization option. But if you pick that option, they're allowing the game to redirect you somewhere else or have certain class options or whatever. So it would be like its own race, but it's not considered its own race in the coding of the game. But then for races that cannot be sub races, like the Tygon, because that one originally was supposed to be playable. I haven't heard news on that in a while, but let's just use that for an example. Well, that's not really a sub race of any existing race. So in order for you to play as one, they're going to be giving you items or spells to turn into one on your main character or whatever character you want, and then you could play as the Tygon, for an example, right? Or a Centaur, or a whatever, right? I'm just kind of throwing out names now. Okay, so, and then 2 new sub-races on the Alliance side for race balance. They're not saying which ones, but I believe the Octerai is one of them. Anyway, that is the end for Azeroth at War. Now we're going to be going on to the next one, which is Project Epoch. So, Project Epoch. This is the their new monthly log that they just released, I believe, yesterday. Now, I'm going to be repeating this again. I said this at the beginning of the stream. For anyone watching this clip, this is a live stream, so there's no editing involved. Anything that happens is happening live. So, let's see what they have. Project Epoch. I have not read this yet. Let me just do a quick little brief to see what we can and cannot skip. Let's see. Website update. That's cool. Talent calculator. Class previews. Challenge modes. Sorry, I did not even look at this beforehand, but... Okay, they've got a lot of stuff here. Holy crap. Transmog, okay. I don't like that kind of transmog system. I think Turtle Wow does the same thing. Anyway, so the general state. When we last gave an update, which I skipped by the way because the last couple of updates had been very similar, and I didn't want to keep publishing the same video. But anyway, when we last gave an update, we stated we have 1,720 issues still open across the spectrum of the game. This included 83 launch blocking issues, despite being well-earned quite... oh my god, this is what happens when you drink the night before. Despite being a well-earned quiet month for the staff, a number of key issues have been closed. It now stands at 1,600 open, which 50 are launch blocking. Many of the launch blocking bugs are also some of the hardest to resolve, so we're pleased with even this result, particularly IRL packed month. So, let's see. I don't know if these are the exact ones that they're working on right now, like their launch blocking ones, but these are some of the issues that it looks like they are having. So it looks like just ranks are not working properly. Guardian Pets bug out. Okay. Let's see. Website update. Work on our again, I am blanking hard today. Work on our updated website has been chugging along nicely in the background over these months, and the fruits of what we got to give you guys as an early present this month. Across the board, our new website is shaping up, and this is primarily off of the strength of our new website content editor, who is going through the process of parsing our devlogs, patch notes, questioning the developers, and more to concentrate as much information as possible. This is no small feat, and has involved a lot of collaboration with developers and designers to flesh out lore and lock down exactly what Project Epoch has become. So, looks like here is the website locations. So it looks like it's going to have a lot of the locations, whether they're new or old, because Goldshire is obviously old, Razor Hill is obviously old, but Ironforge Airfield is not. Mist Manor is, but they might have updated it, it looks like, because the house is, the Mist Manor, Mist Manor was always there, but this definitely looks like a different house. I don't remember it ever looking like that. Forest Song, and then you have the Upper Marshes, Upper Marshes, I think that was, up in Wetlands. Oh, yeah, right there, location, Wetlands. Durr. But yeah, that's really nice how it tells you, like, what they're for, where they're at, and what the level bracket is of leveling. So that's going to be really good. And obviously, they're probably going to have a lot more. But let me go up real quick to the top. So here is the different tabs that they're going to have at the website. So you have news, how to play. That's probably going to be like the launcher and everything. Features, which I believe that's where they're going to be at now, because features has a drop down. They probably clicked locations, and that's where you get the locations from. Probably is going to have more than that as well. Classes, community, donate, shop. Okay, so let's see. Wait, I just thought of something. Why is donate separate from Go away. Why is donate separate from shop? Because if you're buying stuff off their store, isn't that technically technically like you're helping out the server? So why would you donate and not get anything from it? You know what I mean? Like you're just giving them money, but why would I do that when I could go to the shop, give them money, and get like a mount in return? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Whatever. Give people options, I guess. Oh, talent calculator. So it looks like they are going to have a talent calculator. Let's see. This is, well, we know what the talent calculator is for, but is it available now? Okay, so we will be shipping the updated talent data in the coming weeks, and when we deploy our internal QA realm. So they are going to have this available, I think, before the next beta, or at least before launch. It's not out yet, but there's no ETA on when it will be out. Oh my god, what the hell is wrong with me today? Class page preview. Man, can I even speak English today? No, I'm just half hungover. I'm not quite hungover, but it's just from drinking last night. Anyway, much of the work needed to build the talent calculator data ended up serving a dual purpose within the class pages for exporting the full spell books for each class has available to them. This is still ongoing work, but will mean that once our new website is deployed, you will always have the latest info available for classes, spells, and talents across the board. That's actually pretty nice. And again, that's going to be on the website. And right there, let's see. I don't know what tab it's going to be under, but probably news. Because this is all, no, maybe not news. Maybe it's under classes. But this is going to be general changes to the class. I don't know if they're going to have, like, hotfix updates, like, oh, we're increasing this spell by 15% or whatever. But definitely, you're going to be able to see what your class is being offered in Project Epoch on their website. As for the talent calculator, I don't see it listed here, but it's probably going to be its own little section, probably like under features or something. Let's go down here. Challenge mode unification. So if I had to guess, that probably means that they're going to have different chat tabs for different challenge modes. Let's see. Yep, right there. Number 6, challenges. Okay. Oop, work. Okay. This month, we decided to spend some time unifying our challenge modes to create a more cohesive, rewarding experience for adventurers tackling the Soul of Iron and Explorers contracts. These modes were added at different stages of development, and while they've always been popular, we felt it was time to bring them in line with each other and enhance ways to celebrate your achievements. We've introduced the new challenges chat to highlight your milestones and keep the community inspired. This read-only channel is dedicated to announcements related to the Soul of Iron and Explorers Contracts Challenge. Okay, so this is basically going to be like the Turtle WoW, like, oh, so-and-so died during the hardcore mode challenge, or they reached level 40 or 50, but because it's its own tab, you can toggle it off. So that's actually okay. I wonder if they are going to give not just a read-only, but a chat-only, so people on that challenge have somewhere to go to look for people to help them out. Like, hey, I'm doing this, but I need help doing this quest, or else I'll die and I'm on a one-life mode or something. So I'm sure they will have something like that, but at least they have a way to toggle on and off the pop-ups, you know what I mean? For Soul of Iron participants, it will also broadcast Ultimate Consequence, your death. Yeah, so that's basically, and it tells you how you died. So that's basically what I said. It's Turtle WoW, but you could toggle it on and off. Starting at level 20, you'll earn a Feat of Strength achievement in an announcement in the... Okay, so it's the same thing as the Turtle WoW. So every couple of levels, so that one says starting at level 20 rather than starting at level 10, you will get stuff for doing the different challenges. This one is going to give you a 12-slot bag as well as an achievement. Now, I don't know if achievements are going to be account bound. So, like, if you hop on your main after you played the level 20 on your Soul of Iron character, if you would see, like, the Feat of Strength tab, and it says, you know, finished by other character, right? So I don't know if they're going to be doing that, or if it's a play or character only, like, specific thing. We'll have to see there. So level 20, you get a 12-slot bag with potions. At level 40, you will get a 16-slot bag with more potions. And at level 60, you claim the ultimate prize, an 18-slot bag, top-tier potions, ground announcement in the world channel, plus you'll earn a title that reflects your chosen challenge. The Iron Rot for the Soul of Iron challenge, or the Patient for the Explorer's contract. I think it needs to be a little bit more than just a title, but I guess it's cool. Let's see. To make these challenges more accessible, we've added the Soul of Iron Chronicler NPCs to secondary towns, so you can quickly opt in. Okay, so the reason why they're doing that is because originally they were in the cities, and some of them were in, like, weird spots. Like, they have, like, a whole new area for Zeppelins in Orgrimmar. That's, when you go through the drag, there's, like, a new path to the right, and it leads to a new Zeppelin area, and that's where the challenge person was. So a lot of people are not even going to know that it's there. So, and plus, if you knew, you would still have to run all the way there to even start it. So, having it right there, I mean, that's going to be, easier. They must be taken before or at level 8. And you will get a reminder of it in your mailbox at level 5 to introduce you to these new modes. Now, that's going to be a little bit annoying if they did that every time, especially if you make multiple characters, but for your first, like, 1 or 2 characters, that should be fine. Okay, so, KES Corner. KES joined our team in 2024 and has quickly become an integral part of the project, focusing almost exclusively on creating new content, items, quests, reputations, from polishing existing ideas to crafting entirely fresh experiences. KES has a hand in shaping much of what the players explore and enjoy. This corner will spotlight their fun work this month and will give you a sneak peek into the exciting additions they bring to this world. New NPCs for class and race combinations. This month, KES has introduced NPCs to reflect our new class and race combinations, making the world feel more alive and inclusive. Whether you're a dwarf mage, a gnome priest, an undead paladin, a troll warlock, you'll now find NPCs representing these combinations scattered throughout the world. These characters bring more depth and consistency to the game, making your chosen class and race feel truly integrated into Azeroth's story. And here's pictures of the different... So, I don't know if they're going to be just random NPCs in the world, or if they're going to actually give you quests, but we'll have to find out. This one is a wander. I want more wandering NPCs, because you have a couple of them, and some of them are wandering merchants, but I would like more just wandering NPCs, because it makes the world feel more alive, that people are actually traveling from town to town. The Storm Mage asks, plans to try Classic Plus private server. You mean Vanilla Plus? Or is there one actually called Classic Plus? Because I know about Vanilla Plus, it's got the plus sign Vanilla Plus, but I don't know... or actually, I think it's called Vanilla and then it's spelled out Plus. Either way, I know about that server, but is there one actually called Vanilla Plus? Because I'm not aware of it. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's see, there's more. Torn Priest should not exist. I said it. Searing shenanigans. As many in our community know, we've added well over 1,000 new quests to the world, but some zones still need extra attention. Searing Gorge, oh my god, yes, was one such area, previously offering only a handful of quests to adventurers. Okay, here's some deep lore for you. When World of Warcraft originally, I'm talking originally in 2004, November, came out, Searing Gorge and Hinterlands both had 0 quests. None. At least within the zone. If you had a quest to go into the zone, you got them externally. So, like in Badlands, you can get quests to go into Searing Gorge or into Burning Steppes. That was fine. There was other quests, like there's some in Stranglethorn Vale, I think. Yeah, because the port one they had to collect. That one would send you up into the hinterlands, and there was one in Tanaris that sent you to the hinterlands, but there were no quests in the zones themselves. That was added in a later patch, and because it was rushed, that's why both zones, if you've noticed, both zones have fucking 10 to 20, go kill 30 of this, go kill 30 of that, go collect 10 of these, go collect 20. They're really bad quests. All of them are bad and grindy. Between the two, I prefer Searing Gorge over Hinterlands. Hinterlands is just a drag. I hated doing that on stream because it was just that bad. But anyway. Hello, Riddle of Lightning. Giving a class... Sorry, you wrote that a little weird. Giving a class feel is important. Okay, I understand what you said now. Giving a class feel is important. A large hurdle making a new class is... all the stuff around the class, making quests, NPCs, locations for them. Oh yeah, no, I completely am okay with them adding NPCs. Except Tauren Priests. Tauren Priests do not exist. They are not canon to me. And Tauren Paladins, they're not canon to me. But all the other ones I think are fine. I'm still not sure about Dwarven Mages in terms of lore, but I guess I could kind of see it, but I'm not too keen on it, but it's like, it's in the middle. I'm not too worried about that. Tauren light users, I don't consider canon. Undead hunters are fine. Undead paladins, I think, are okay, because there are undead light users in the game and in the lore, so it's like, okay, it's fine. I think it should be rare, but it should be there. Ooh, man, I smell bacon. Anyway. Let's see. The Bearded Barmaid. The inn in Stormwind's Dwarven District has received a charming upgrade with the addition of new NPCs. Seeds? I don't know. And signage featuring the name The Bearded Barmaid. This flavorful touch brings more life to the district and gives players a cozy spot to relax after a long day of adventuring. I thought there was already a bar in the Dwarven District. Was that actually added in Cataclysm, or was that in Vanilla? I don't know. I'm not an Alliance player. I play like maybe 1 or 2 dwarves across how many servers do I play. So I'm not a big Alliance person, but I could have sworn there was a bar there because I remember at least post Cataclysm role-playing in that tavern. I roleplayed in the Dwarven Tavern. There was a tavern in Old Town. There's 2 taverns in the Mage Quarter in post Cataclysm, right? Because those were all roleplay hotspots. So because I had like a 6-month period where I played an Alliance character, so I remember that's where everybody was. You're asking how Taurens cannot be priests if Murlocs can use the light. I'm sorry, how do they relate? There is a bar by the tram entrance, but that is the Hunter Lodge. Okay, so I was kind of right that there was something there. It's just they're probably expanding upon it, right? They're probably making it a full-on bar. Anyway, let's keep going on, because I think we're almost to the end of that, and then we can go to the next game, or next server, rather. The Caretaker's Behest. For years, the eerie, I can never pronounce this. I know where it is, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Aridin's camp in Deadwind Pass. I used to roleplay there all the time. That was like our hotspot for our Demon Hunters. By the way, Demon Hunter pre-Legion. I was an OG Demon Hunter roleplayer back in like I didn't start him in TBC. I started that character in Wrath of the Lich King, but I thought I was the only one, and eventually I found like one or two other people, and I think we had a group of like 5 Demon Hunter role players, and that was our spot behind his camp. That was like our spot to go and roleplay. Anyway, it has stood abandoned and largely ignored since the release of Vanilla, its purpose and story left untold. Now, level 57 players can uncover the dark secrets surrounding this long-forgotten location with the new Caretaker's Behest quest chain. This 4-step journey begins at Aridan's camp, where players meet the oh my god, I can't not pronounce that, caretaker, who has been waiting for someone brave enough to uncover the mysteries that lie hidden within the shadows of Deadwind Pass. So I wonder if it's going to be just a quest chain around Karazhan or just in Deadwind. Obviously, it's going to have something to do with Medivh because he was in that area. Probably, if I had to guess, I'm just guessing, right? If it is just a Deadwind's Pass quest and not going down into the crypts of Karazhan or any of that kind of stuff, I wonder if it will be about, oh my god, what were they called? Like the Dark Riders or something? The ones that Medivh would send out to go collect relics? Were they called the Dark Riders or something else? Anyway, if I had to guess, I bet it's going to be about them. But anyway, Buried Hold Polish. With Buried Hold, our new level 58 plus dungeon on the Isle of Tolbarad, we are rapidly approaching this being entirely content complete with the vast majority of bugs resolved. With that in mind, KES has approached 2 key pieces of our final polish in the form of dungeon quests and even more custom boss loot for you to acquire. A disturbing report reaches the ears of the Grand Admiral Just Terith. Pirates have overrun Buried Hold on Tolbarad, freeing its dangerous prisoners and throwing the island into chaos. Tasked with investigating the situation, you'll first report to SI-7 in Stormwind, where Renzik gives you the grim details. Wait, but where do Horde people go? Anyway, in the depths of Tolbarad, 2 dangerous magic users, Astilos the Hollow and Razash, have escaped their cells, and the Undercity is none too pleased about it. Silas Zimmer, a mage with a penchant for, oh my god, words I don't know, has has a task for you. Eliminate these 2 threats before their dark magic wreaks havoc on the Undercity. Okay, so Undercity is where you go for Horde, and Stormwind is where you go for Alliance. Okay, before we start this next topic, I saw a couple of you post. Let me catch up. If the bar for the use of the Holy Light is so low, then why can't Tauren be priest? Seems like a translation from Spirit Walkers. I consider Spirit Walkers to be shaman. Shaman use the elements. A quest chain that goes to the Shire to follow the Dark Riders. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Let's see. Get ready to take on your fashion. I'm sorry, I blinked again. You're ready to take on your fashion game to the next level with all new transmog system. We've taken our beloved feature with a fresh spin. Fresh. All while staying true to the spirit of vanilla. Now, when you collect a bind on pickup item or a bind on equipped item, you'll unlock its appearance for you to collect. This means that every quest reward with multiple items will all add those visuals to your wardrobe. Okay, so that I like that. So, if you don't know, I'm very 50-50 on transmog. I understand why people don't like it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna cry if it's in the game. I have the biggest issue with how it's implemented, like UI-wise. This system here is very... I mean, it'll work, I guess, but it's very clunky. You know, we're used to the more retail, like you can actually see what it looks like, because you know the icons almost never match what the item actually looks like. So you know this circlet right here on the page 2, I don't know what that looks like. So there has to be a way for us to see the item before we commit. So if he lets us like have that on, if I don't know if it's free, like you could just transmog and be done, fine. We're gonna read more here in a second. If you could just transmog, fine. But if there's a cost to transmogging, whether it's gold or like turtle tokens or some bullshit, right? We have to be able to see what it looks like before we commit. And with a system like this, we cannot see how it looks. Now, I will say I do like the option that they're giving us hidden items, right? Hidden shoulders, you can see right there. I like that because I like playing shirtless dudes. so I'm gonna go hide chest plate if I can. I don't know if they're gonna let us. It might be just shoulders, head, and cloak, but I want that. Anyway, no more choosing between cool gear. We call this Legion Style Appearance Collection, and it is here to make your characters look as unique for your adventurers. Once you got your appearances, simply visit one of our handy transmogrifiers in any major city. For a small fee, okay, so there is a committed fee, 50% of the item's sell price. You can apply any of your collected looks to your gear, or hide certain items like your helm, shoulders, or cape. Okay, so they're not going to let us hide our chest. I hate you now. Because who needs a helmet when you're rocking that perfect hairstyle? Want to preview your new look before committing? No okay, so they are going to address that. Our custom menu lets you browse your collection, preview how each item will look on your character, and apply them once all for a cumulative fee. Okay, so I'm trying to look at this here. So how... Okay, wait. No, that says how transmog works. There's all the list of stuff. Cancel pending, transmog, remove all, save pending, equipped. Oh, that's probably just like to remove everything. So I wonder if you like right-click them and it brings you up into the wardrobe. That would make more sense if you could right-click it and then it brings up wardrobe. But you know, they say you can. I'm just wondering how it works, because that's a big thing that you need to be able to see it before you commit. Anyway, the conclusion. As we put the finishing touches on all these exciting features, we can't wait to finally open the floodgates and let you dive into the adventure in 2025. It's been a long journey, and we're thrilled to share all of the fun, chaos, fashion with you, so grab gear and get ready to transmog your heart out and prepare for an unforgettable journey. See you in Azeroth. Alright, so no information yet on the next beta, because they did confirm there will be another beta before launch. So that's probably meaning that it's not going to be in Q1 like I estimated. So that's unfortunate, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh my god, wait, it scrolled all the way up. That's what happened. Okay. So I wanted to start at this one and then go into this one. So this is Revelation WoW and their update for the end of the year. Repeating once more, this is a live stream cut. I'm going to be cutting this part and making its own video about it. So that's why you're hearing me repeat it if you're watching the VOD or watching me live. So this is going to be a very short one on the progress update of Revelation WoW. So this one was posted a couple of weeks ago, but this one was posted a couple of days ago. So, hi everyone. It's been 3 weeks since the last announcement, and I wanted to fill everyone in on how the beta has been going. Throughout the history of Revelations, we've been quite cursed in terms of having pretty bad betas, with folks crashing everywhere, core breaking and crashing, and honestly, everything is just going full on wrong. However, I'm really happy to say that this beta has been doing extremely well. It actually did go pretty well when I played it. I didn't have nearly as many issues as I did the first couple of betas that I played. there has been close to 3 core crashes in the past 3 weeks, with each one being resolved within roughly 15 minutes of it becoming aware of it to the staff. There indeed has been a lag here and there, but we've been actively working on getting it resolved as fast as possible, and any and all bugs being either worked on or have been worked on, we're making steady progress. I know from the outside it may seem that some chats have gone quiet. That is primarily because we picked the majority of active chatters to come along and play. That is true. I will say that the normal general chat is pretty much dead, but the beta chat is actually going pretty well because it's a closed beta. It's like invite only. So that's actually been going pretty good. Oh, by the way, Duskhaven made an update. Oh my god. So we'll get to why that's exciting at the end of this stream. What time is it? Oh my god, we gotta hurry because we got something coming up pretty soon with Duskhaven. Anyway, after we get through this big patch coming up, we'll be looking to add in new waves of folks. We'll let you know coming up if we bring you all in, but for now I just wanted to let you know about the progress and looking forward to a lot of you in the experience this wonderful world we're creating. And then this last one, to all a Merry Christmas. We face a lot of hurdles in the upcoming days. I will be looking into getting everyone in. I've had a lot of trouble with some devs and such. However, I am still happy and looking forward to everything. At the very least, y'all will be getting some fun. Expect a way to download in the next 2 weeks from me. So within 2 weeks. Now it says everybody or everyone, so I don't know if that means it's going to be an open beta, but definitely a new fresh beta wave coming in the next 2 weeks. So in January we'll be getting a new beta. Now we will be going to the next one, Epsilon, now. I have to take a quick bathroom break because I am kind of bouncing up and down in my chair right here. I tried going before the stream. Body said no. So, I will be right back. I'm going to be replaying that Breakwater soundtrack for you because it's very beautiful music. Oop. Come on, OBS, work. Okay, I'm gonna do the be right back sign, and I will be right back. Give me like one. Okay, I'm back. I told you it'd be quick. Okay, so we are back. Let's lower that again. So, now I said Epsilon, I actually mean Prophecy, the Fall of Lordaeron. However, if anyone did not catch the, let me fix OBS back up here. Okay. So, if anyone did not catch the news from a few months ago, maybe? Epsilon is partnering with the Fall of Lordaeron. So what this means is the Fall of Lordaeron, which if you don't know what that server is, I'll explain it in a minute, because I know I don't cover it often because there's not a lot of news that comes out about it regularly. So I'll explain what it is in a second. But in a sense, so Epsilon is a pure roleplay server. That's all they do, is just pure roleplay. But players can shape the world how they want for the purposes of roleplay, and they can create their own phases. Now, each phase can be completely whatever they want, right? So the player says, I want to do a roleplay set in the middle of a battle, or I want to do a roleplay that's just fun farming or something, or I want to make a giant castle and our characters live in the castle. Like, you can create your own phase, build it however you want from assets in World of Warcraft. It's fucking crazy. I have been really wanting to play it. I looked at it and I'm intimidated by the editing system, right? And the console commands, and I'm intimidated by it, so I haven't tried it yet, but I really want to, because it looks really cool. But so what happened was Prophecy, Prophecy, the Fall of Lordaeron, they were going to be their own server originally that was going to be a Dungeons and Dragons style of roleplay server, where there will still be systems for you to go out and kill boars and stuff, but it's going to be instead of, like, hitting it like normal in World of Warcraft, it would be like a chance to, like, with a dice roll, but a lot of it would be automated if you're going out and doing PvE. However, for PvP or for events, you will have designated DMs to walk you through what's going on, and they would be moderating what your characters would be going through. And but if you're just like in a town or a city or whatever, then you can just role play it like normal. However, it would take place in, obviously, Lordaeron, because that's what it's named after, before Arthas destroyed it. So it starts, I don't know how further before it, but it starts before Warcraft 3, and as the server progresses and people get settled in, then slowly you start, like, each patch or whatever that they were going to plan on would be the next step of Arthas's journey. So eventually, like, oh guys, there's a plague breaking out in I don't know what it's called, but what is now the Plaguelands, right? Like, oh man, there's a plague, like, oh god. And then the next patch is, no, there's more plague. Now there's the undead zombies and all this stuff, and you'll probably see the whole Gilneas thing, because remember, that's how the Worgen actually were brought into our world, is because Arugel summoned the Worgen to fight the Scourge, but then he turned on Gilneas. So you would see all that stuff happening up until Arthas going away into Northrend, coming back and destroying everything. So that was the focus of it, and it was planning to be huge, using like the modern day retail assets and everything. But what happened was there was a lot of issues with development. So because they needed help, Epsilon said, hey, we'll give you developmental help, but you have to bring in your server into ours. So what's going to happen is their server is now going to become a phase or an instance in Epsilon. So you can go and play in other people's phases, but if you wanted to play that specific roleplay, you can do whatever you need to phase into there, and then you could just play that. And that's all you could do, or you can switch back and forth. But they are going to be very rule specific. They're very rule heavy because they want this to be very lore accurate. Like, they're going heavy on it. So I don't expect you to be able to play a Vulpera in there, right? So this right here is just a video. I don't know if it's going to be... Yeah, it looks like it's showcasing off, so I'm going to just show this video real quick. It is set to 4K, but this is, let's mute it, showing you now what the server is going to look like. See, revamped. The world you know destroyed is now built back how it used to be before the Scourge, with the modern assets, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And not only that, you know how there's a lot of filler areas, like just mountains that don't really need to be there and just empty areas? They've expanded that, and they've increased the overall size of Lordaeron. So the size of Lordaeron, you know, from vanilla World of Warcraft, is larger than it was. So these zones are expanded upon in a way to make it feel more realistic and large. But yeah, look at all of that. So Fenris Keep is now, boom, bustling keep. Well, I say bustling, but you know what I mean. Oh, if you want to play a furry, I think they still have some creatures you could play as. They're actually pretty good about having a wide variety of races that you can play as. It just needs to be something that makes sense to be in Lordaeron at that time. So you can play as Horde characters because there are still some small sect of the Horde running around Lordaeron, whether they're in a camp or whether they're like Gromash's like small group hanging out there. So you'll be able to play as an orc. I believe they said you could play as ogres. Goblins are going to be neutral, obviously. There's a lot of things you can do. But when I mean by heavy lore accurate, not everyone's going to be a paladin. You're going to have to start, if you want to be a paladin, you have to start off as a warrior. You have to train in character to be a paladin, be a squire, whatever. And eventually, you're going to have to fill out a fucking form in real life, and they will approve or deny you depending on your roleplay experience, what your character has gone through, yada yada. And they're going to be very selective because not everybody is a paladin back in these days. It was a very, I hit the mic, very small group of people. So they're going to have only a small group of people be allowed to be paladins. So that's the kind of heavy roleplay that they're going to be going into. But you don't have to be a paladin. I mean, you could be whatever you want. This is a roleplay server. So if you wanted to be a warrior, that's completely fine. If you wanted to be an adventurer, that's fine. If you wanted to be a hunter, that's fine. Just a blacksmith, that's fine. It's just, again, with the certain things like a paladin or just the higher level tiered stuff like that, you're definitely going to have to work at it in order to be one. Anyway, let's go on to the next one, which is Turtle Wow! Wow! Okay, so, again, repeating here, this is going to be a cut segment from my live stream. So, this is for a overall video, but I'm cutting this section just for the people who want to watch the Turtle Wow segment as a video. Now, this is the brand new post that they, came out with last night. This is primarily going to be talking about the new Unreal Engine Turtle 2.0, and we also have a video. I have not seen the video yet. I just kind of browsed through this, so a lot of this will be new to me, but I do know some of the new things that they're talking about. It's going to be primarily about Legacy mode and how it will work, because right there, okay, I can pull it up. That is Legacy mode running in the Unreal Engine. So, it's very, there we go. Oh, I don't think it is, but, logged into Northern R. Okay, so yeah, I actually don't think that is, but that right there is. That you could clearly see is Unreal Engine. Anyway, let's, go up to the top and start with Turtle Wow. Wait, hang on. So, can we be a black dragon being a bastard? You know what? They might let you do that. It would have to be very, very selective, and you're obviously going to have to, like, sign up to play as an antagonistic character, but they might let you do that because it makes sense, because black dragons infiltrated human kingdoms all the time. Onyxia did that. I don't know if Nefarian did that, but he probably did, but wait. No, Nefarious was the son, Nefarian is the dad. Nefarian definitely did that. He did that with Alteric Mountains, in the Alteric Kingdom. Nefarious, the son, I don't remember if he did or not, but yeah, Black Dragons did this shit all the time, and even not just the big named ones, little ones did that all the time. Hell, we see that in the storyline of Searing Gorge, in Vanilla. So, it's very possible. Anyway. We here at the Turtle Wow team would like to raise a pint and share a cheer as we welcome the new year. Over the past year, we've reached incredible milestones, announcing ambitious projects like the Turtle Wow 2.0 Unreal Engine 5 client, and releasing the Tower of Karazhan, the largest patch in Vanilla Plus history. There is much more to come in the next year. We have no plans of slowing down, but you're a turtle, you have to walk slow. Anyway, actually no, turtles can haul ass if they want to. I have a pet turtle, he'll haul ass if you let him run. Thank you for sharing our passion for the game and supporting us on this journey. There is nothing more rewarding than logging into the realm and seeing so many of you adventuring with the same unending enthusiasm as when the game first launched 20 years ago. Tonight we're sharing a few updates on the ongoing Unreal Azeroth's team development on the new client. So, General versus Legacy mode. The graphics for the engine for Legacy mode is complete, aside from weather effects and a few minor elements. Smoother performance, textures, models, and visual assets are now loaded asynchronously using only the resources required for the current mode. The new animation... Oh, so maybe these are from the Unreal Engine. Anyway, so the new animation engine now supports all visual effects, including bones, lights, particles, and textures. The Frame XML widget and API is fully implemented for scripting and customization. Spell and item tooltips are fully implemented. Pet systems are fully functional. The taxi system is now functional. World map, minimap, and 3D options in the UI are working. The talent UI is fully functional. Death effects, corpses, and related are ready. Sky, moon movements, and cloud generation are working as intended. Lots of small things that make the game playable. Flying splines, quest logs, etc. Yesterday, we finally logged into Nordonar and witnessed you all playing the game from the original clients on the same server. Okay, so there's the pictures there. So, the way I'm reading that is that this is Legacy mode on the Unreal Engine client, and they used it... Yeah, see, look at the very bottom right there. It's faded, so you might not see it, but it says Unreal Azeroth. So, this is... Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, I read that wrong. I thought that said from a mobile device, but it said PC. But, that is the Legacy mode for the Unreal Engine, and they logged into Nordonar, so it is fully functional now. Let's see. Modern mode. Weather effects are fully supported. Sky, moon movements, and cloud generation are working as intended. Blizzard light sources are now adapted for modern mode, with plans to completely remake all WMO lights. Modern mode now features its own independent light cycles separate from Legacy. Alpha development footage. Graphics are subject to change. So let's look at these. So there's obviously Ironforge. You could definitely tell that's an Unreal Engine. Look at that friggin' light in the mist. There's the road with the different lights. Oh, yeah. Look at the inside of Ironforge. Hang on, can I save that image? I'm saving that image. Oh, no, it's a web file. That's okay. I will, I can cheat the system. I know how to. There's the outside of Ironforge. Wetlands? I think it's wetlands, yeah. That looks really good. Oop. No. I don't think that picture is working. I'm clicking on it, but it's sending me up to the top one. Okay, so the world's first player to experience Unreal Engine WoW in modern mode is on a live server. Okay, Legacy Modern Switch. We can now fully confirm that it will be possible to seamlessly switch between modes in-game with fully separate shading paths, and resources for each. And then they brought us a video, which I have right here. So let's pop that open. Let's set it to 4K, and let's check it out. I've not seen this yet. I will be muting the video, though. Oop, why did it reset? Okay. Is Elven Forest. And it does say at the bottom that it is subject to change with the graphics. Because let me pause real quick and see how those trees, how they're like that. A lot of people missed this, but after their first initial announcement, they released like a dev Q&A, and one of the things that the developers said was that they are in fact looking to change the models, whether they're from the retail version of the game or completely custom models made for this version of the game. So these trees with the flat leaves like that, that is highly possible to not be there on launch. Right now, really, they're just showing off shaders. But they are planning to update models. So we will be seeing that eventually. Look at the light sources with no torches. Wetlands. Dunmorrow. So yeah, that is going to be the end of the Turtle WoW. So before we... What was the next one? Okay, so that one is a little bit of a sad one. But before we move on to the next one, let's hop over to World of RuneScape, because I want to show you what has been updated since the last time I've shown you the game. Because I've been playing it live. You've obviously been seeing videos from me. Now, a lot of the videos that I've been coming out with they were pre-recorded. I have to go over here. So a lot of them were pre-recorded, pre-edited, and I had basically a whole bunch of videos ready to go. So I just kind of released them as needed. So a lot of what you're going to be seeing is going to be obviously different from the videos that you've seen, because it's been updated since then. Now, right now, this is one of the new things. Now, I just showed off a video kind of going through the membership world, or the, non-free-to-play world. This is the Elven area. The city, it looks like it's fully built. There's just no NPCs right now. This is going to be the Elven Forest. Now, it's flat and barren because right now it is a staging ground for the hunter skill testing. So over here, we got Chinchompas. Now, these are all placeholder models, because, like, every single creature out here is, like, the same creature. Like, all of the catchables are foxes. All the birds are, like, the same bird, but different colors. All of the pitfall trap creatures are deer. So, and the salamanders are all, like, little gators. Like, look at him. Look how cute he is. Look how cute and adorable. I don't know, I like it. So, I will be teleporting to Lumbridge in a second here. I left my character here because I didn't want to run all the way back for this. So, oh yeah, you can see the, in the distance there, you can see the, catapult for Regicide. If you know RuneScape, you know that quest. Anyway, so, the hunting mechanic. So it looks like the hunting skill, they're all using primarily the same mechanic, which I'll show you. Let me put down a box trap. So what you do is you have to put down trap. It doesn't matter what trap for what taming, or, farm. Wait, did it work? Oh, it's not letting me catch these guys. What are these guys? Chinchompas? Hang on, we can go, probably not the Jerboas. Where are... Here, ferrets. We can do ferrets. Again, same model because it's just placeholder. This is all testing the mechanic itself. But if we put down trap, doesn't matter what trap. It could be bird trap, box trap, or whatever. So there's the placeholder model, which is like a hunter's trap. Standing on top of it will not do anything. But once you move away, see how they all run to it? Boom, and one got caught. Pick him up. And now I've got him. There's the ferret. And then you can pick up the trap. So, in RuneScape, you put down trap, you catch creature, you pick up trap, replace trap. That's basically how the majority of hunting goes for. So it looks like they're going to be using the same mechanic for everything. You put down trap. It could be bird trap, it could be box trap, it could be net trap. It puts down trap. You cannot be on top of it or else it won't work. Once you move away, then it will attract whatever the creature is, and it has a chance to catch. Because not every time it will catch it. And the higher level is, it will have a higher chance of catching it. Now, other stuff that he's added, let's finally go back to Lumbridge. Oh, he's added a lot new photos, because it was always like the same photo. Let's go behind Lumbridge. Now, this one I have not tested, but from what I know, it's going to be fully functional the same way as it is in RuneScape. Right there. Oh, he's added the gnome, or the leprechaun, or whatever. It should have been a gnome. I don't know why it's a dwarf. I'm going to tell him it needs to be a gnome. Anyway, we have the farming skill finally implemented. Now, I have nothing to actually do this. Now, this is a tree farming patch, so only trees can be planted. But if I had a seed, it will let you pick which one you plant it. It will probably take the seed from you. And you will have to watch over it, whether it's watering it, putting pesticide. Now, this guy here, you can buy the tools from. And he can actually hold on to tools for you. Now, a lot of this, it looks like it's going to be temporary, because I don't think they normally hold on to all of this stuff in the actual game. This is for testing purposes, but you should be able to buy like normal tools. So yeah, we have farming, we have that implemented. I don't know if he's I'm gonna run over here real quick. I don't know if he's re-implemented the dungeoneering skill. Actually, I think it'd be quicker if I go this way. Let's turn on sprint. But dungeoneering skill is going to be implemented. Now, if you're not familiar with dungeoneering, because that's more of a RuneScape 3 skill, is it works the same way as World of Warcraft. It works the same way as World of Warcraft dungeons, because RuneScape dungeons are very different. They're open world. I mean, you go down into the cave, right? But they're open world, so you can see other players. It's just kind of like patches of different leveled creatures. It's very odd, right? Okay, so he did not re-add them back in. Bruh, go away. Dude, go away. But how the dungeoneering will work is I have played it before it was removed for updates, basically, is it works like a World of Warcraft dungeon. So now the Lumbridge one, when I went into it, was the layout of Wailing Caverns, at least one side of it. And you go through the linearity with like groups of NPCs, just like in, let's say, the Wailing Caverns dungeon, but they all are different. They have unique mechanics. And eventually you will find boss battles like in World of Warcraft in different areas. Now, the NPCs, if you're a high enough level, you can easily take them on by yourself. Bosses, if you're a high enough level, because you can out-level it, obviously, you might be able to, but some bosses you will not be able to solo. For an example, when I played it originally, I'm going to log out here. This is the last point I'm going to make before we move on to the next one. But for when I did the Lumbridge Swamp Dungeon, the first boss I did, he did a lot of stunning. So obviously more players would help, because as one player is stunned, the other ones can DPS him down. But I had just a few seconds between each stun to go do some damage. Now, luckily I was a high enough level that he didn't really hit me that hard. So I just kind of sat there for 10 minutes, hitting him every couple seconds. Eventually he went down. So, but the next boss was like a moss creature from World of Warcraft, and he summoned up a lot of adds that also healed him and stuff. So having multiple players was a must for him. There was no way I was going to be able to solo him, even though I was level 40 and he was level 16. So that's the end of the World of RuneScape stuff. I just wanted to show you the hunting, and the farming is now, the farming is at least implemented. The hunter is still being worked on. The mechanics of it are there. They just need to be actually implemented into the world. And dungeoneering is still being worked on, but it's getting very close. Oh, also, I should have opened up the map and showed you. A lot more quests have been added since the last time I played. So now we have the quest that introduce you into Mortania. I forgot what it's called, but the one where you have to kill the dog. I believe because Taverley is now open, the Druid Ritual quest is now implemented there instead of Lumbridge. I skipped it originally because I didn't want to do it while it was in Lumbridge. I wanted to do it when it was in Taverley where it's intended to be. So I skipped that. And also they have the Shield of Arav quest that is now available. I'm going to have to find somebody to help me with that quest because that one is mandatory 2-player quest. You cannot do that one solo. But anyway, I will figure all that later and bring you videos when I do. So now let's go to the next one. Now we're on the next one, which is a Shinobi Story. Why did it skip all the way to the top? Go down to the bottom. Okay, so unfortunately, Shinobi Story got a cease and desist. They tried getting around it and doing some other stuff to keep the server alive, but unfortunately, they did close down. I think there could have been other things they could have done to get around it, but they chose to close down. So unfortunately, we will not be able to play our Ninja MMO anymore using the World of Warcraft assets or anything. And it was a really fun server when I played it. It was just an early access. Like only one zone was available, but we're never going to be able to see the other areas now, unfortunately. But anyway, he just posted this update. This is going to be a quick little thing. So it has been a while, and I bet you didn't think you'd hear from me again. I just wanted to give this community an update on what happened and what we tried and what I'm doing forward. Firstly, Happy New Year, everyone. I wish everyone prosperity, safety, and spending time with your loved ones. Let's start with what happened. Our project received a cease and desist demand letter from a company, Blizzard, a company Blizzard hires to track and address servers that they believe are violating their intellectual property, such as Appgate. While I cannot comment on the specifics, we did find ourselves in a position to battle any such claims, as we were mainly a bunch of hobbyist developers building something we loved and still love. I know there has been a lot of slander thrown at the project, but a lot of it comes from a totally misinformed position, and I understand and forgive them for doing so. While I cannot legally speak about specifics, I can say that we are finished with these recent events. It was a great 5 years of building Shinobi Story from a simple stock Wrath of the Lich King repack into what we managed to create throughout thousands of man-hours and hard work and persistence. I had a wonderful team for the most part, and I thank every contributor from the bottom of my heart for what they brought to the project. In response to the letter, I had tried to rescue the project by mobilizing efforts to quickly fundraise and establish a pitch to reposition Shinobi Story into a different engine and take it on a more unique IP position, but unfortunately they all went nowhere. This was my final shot at Shinobi Story as a project I tried to not only rescue it, but take it to the next level, but investors were not as excited for obvious reasons. Was still worth a final shot. What is Vlad up to now? Vlad is the head developer of this server. A few weeks ago, I had an epiphany, and that has solidified over the course of my life and career that I wanted to share with people who gave me that first chance to lead a game. You guys. I have been working on in different tech industries for the last 2 years, and had realized that my heart is in video games. It chose me, I didn't choose it. I have not been able to find satisfaction professionally in any type of work that wasn't what I loved, making video games and serving my players. I've started another game studio, joined forces with a legendary developer in the WoW modding scene, pulled together a team of 7, and now we are developing a game pitch and taking it into a real engine with our own IP, and will face none of the problems Shinobi Story faced going forward. I am writing now because I am grateful for the opportunity and has given me to grow personally, professionally, and as a game designer. It is my sincere hope that you all, at the very least, check out what we are building when the time is right, and that you will give me another opportunity to serve you as a player, but in this time, more professional, service-minded, in a humble way. So, Shinobi Story is gone. He tried saving it, but it's gone. It's flatlined, which is unfortunate because, like I said, I really liked this server. There was a lot of stuff implemented that I thought other private servers, World of Warcraft or not, could implement, such as making the world feel more interactable. You could go and click on a random bush, and sometimes it would give you just twigs and leaves, which were, gray trash items, but other times it would give you food items or even berries that served as that game's version of a potion. So there was a lot of interactable stuff that I was mousing over constantly to find all the interactable stuff in the world. And not just that, there was tons of just the map unfortunately didn't work, but it also led to a little bit of exploration where you followed the path and you would just find a town with shit tons of quests to do. And because there was no map really to utilize, whether if it was unfinished or intentional, you really had to read the quest text and use your knowledge to try to find where all these quests were. And the city, the Leaf Village city, I know it's Leaf Village, but I'm saying a city because it was massive. It felt large, lived in, all the NPCs doing their tasks. It was amazing. And you can go to the ramen shop, the one that Naruto goes to. You could sit down and buy a bowl of ramen, and it was so cute because you could have like a freaking like cigarette, right? You could literally light a cigarette like the characters in the show, and it would have it in his mouth, right? There was so much love, time, effort, just small details focused on this server that whether it's a different IP or not, I'm interested to at least see where his new video game goes, because I saw all that time, detail, effort put into just a hobbyist private server based on Wrath of the Lich King, right? So if he did that with a small amount of resources, what can he do with a larger amount of resources? So that's why I'm interested to see where he takes this in the future. So I will be staying in this server in case he gives news updates on his new game here, and depending on what it is, I may cover on this channel, or I may cover on my secondary channel, Excaligator Reviews, which is primarily open world survival roleplay sandbox games. So we'll have to see there. Now let's see, we got 2 more to go. This one is oh, never mind. We have 1 more to go. I miscalculated. We have 1 more to go, and that is finally Duskhaven. So, let's, I wanted to start there. So, before we get into the big announcement, which probably you already know if you've seen that I'm having a second stream today. By the way, this is a video. This is for the people watching the video version of this. This is a clip out of a live stream, so there's no editing involved. It's going to be completely freelance or whatever. Anyway, I've repeated that already like 10 times. So let's continue on. Let's start off real quick with, this is the media channel. Now, a lot of stuff goes unnoticed in the media channel because they don't tag anybody. So, good enough on them, they don't tag people, but at the same time, I then miss it or forget about it. So, starting here with the brand new Gadget Zone, we're going to be going through a few things that they showed off in the media, and then we'll get to the big news. So, this is the brand new Gadget Zone. It is not quite finished from the pictures you're seeing, and is going into the polish phase, but this was at the beginning of December, so I don't know how far along it is now. So here's the picture there. They're basically trying to turn Gadget Zone into the Hearthstone Gadget Zone. So, you see that looks like a bustling town. You got NPCs looking like they're trying to shop. You have all the street lights. There's a lot of Pandaren texturing, like not texturing. There's a lot of Pandaren influence there. That just might be like the Chinatown section of it. I don't know. But look at that. You got the flying zeppelins, like. This is definitely going to be a hustling, bustling city. You have an arena, like a proper arena. Like, this looks absolutely amazing. A lot of people have tried improving Gadget Zone to be like Hearthstone, but this is the first time that I feel that it's actually, like, it's going to be really good. Look at that. All right, we're at the start again. So yeah, brand new Gadget Zone. I think there's more screenshots. There's like the junkyard. So yeah, a lot of assets from Kazan, but also a lot of assets from like Pandaren. Weird enough. Anyway, pistol shot animation. So that's probably a rogue character. So probably what they're doing is they're probably going to be implementing the what's called outlaw spec, which even though it was very underpowered, I had a lot of fun playing the outlaw spec in retail WoW. Like just the pirate aesthetics, I didn't quite like rolling the dice, but I understand that's what you did to kind of get buffs, but it was so RNG, didn't really make that fun, but the cannon fire, the hook shotting, like I have a lot of fun with that spec, even if it's underpowered. Even when you pull out the gun and boom, that was I don't know. That's like if they had to bring something from retail, that spec needs to be brought in because that was really fun. Let's see, we got more animation visuals. So it's basically they're adding in the modern day combat animations. Now I'm gonna say this: the combat animations from retail look cool, right? They look really cool, but I have one problem with them, and it's the fact that race each race and each, like, I'm trying to think of this. Each race has its own unique animations. So if you're a Tauren warrior versus an orc warrior or a human warrior, your slash animation all look different. With the new animations of retail, every warrior, no matter if you're a orc or a Tauren or a human or a dwarf, they all have the same animations, and that kind of makes each character feel less unique. That's really my biggest problem. They look cool. I used them all the time in model viewer to make screenshots and stills all the time. But again, it just, unless there are certain animations used for certain races or new ones added, it takes away a little bit from the identity and just uniqueness of each character. But anyway, let's see. Now, let's go to the big news. The website is not only up, but if we go back here, today is going to be a testing beta. Now, I don't know if it's just for today, if it's going to last any longer than that, but today, in 2.5 hours from now, they are turning on the server open. Now, it's going to be an alpha, so not everything is going to be done, not everything is going to be ready, not everything's going to be fixed, but you can go in and break the server and report what you see, because that's how a beta testing works. Right now, you can go to the website and make your account. You will have to, I already asked this question because I had to figure it out for myself. You do have to make a brand new account. Your old account, if you played on Duskhaven 1, will not work. You will have to make a brand new one. So I've already made mine. I'm already logged in. You see my name there. But yeah, the website is mostly functional right now. From Duskhaven's history to Reforged adventure. Like, look at this. This is even telling you some of the new stuff you're going to be seeing, like the Twilight Valley. In this twisted timeline, the shadows of the wilderness have grown deeper. Once a subdued echo of past conflicts, they now surge with a revitalized force. Greymane's Charge, you're going to have a whole new area. The Scarlet Rebellion Raid, so Scarlet Citadel Raid or something like that. And right there, it kind of gives you like a last time on now. So that kind of gives you a quick update on if you didn't get to play the last little bit of Duskhaven, what the lore is and why we're here, because technically what we're going to be playing as on the new server is going to be an alternative universe that Chromie sent us to, because Nozdormu turned into Murazond and destroyed our world. So we have to try to fix it or revert it or something by going into this alternate universe, which is why so much stuff is going to be different or changed. Now, let me see if it's there. So it's not up just yet, but very soon here, they will be giving us access to the launcher. You will have to have a fresh 3.3.5 client available, so you could just update it. I think the launcher should do it all automatically, but it would be faster to have a 3.3.5 client. So I already have one allocated. If you do not know where to get one, go to Chromie Craft. They have a fresh, clean 3.3.5A client. You could download that. It's a few gigabytes. It might take a little while, but you get that access. You get that ready. I've got it right here. It says Chromie Craft, but I've named the file Duskhaven, so I know that's where it's gonna go. Because that's what I do for all my private servers. But yeah, we're ready to go. I've got my stream set up, so I have it set for 30 minutes after the launch time because I don't know if there's gonna be issues. Like Anarchy WoW had issues with their launch. Other servers have had issues with launches. So just in case, I set it back 30 minutes from it actually opening at 2 o'clock. But I will be seeing you there. I'll be turning on the stream then, and we're going to be checking it out together if I can get in. But I've got my account made. I've got my fresh client ready to go. I'm just waiting for the launcher's access. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this stream. We went through a lot of news coverage for all the different servers, what they're planning on in the next year, and just all that. I will be cutting this live stream into segments, like I said earlier, so you can all watch each individual thing. I might edit down a couple of them because I went on tangents on a couple of them, but in general, it's just going to be what you saw here for the news videos. I'm going to be releasing a few of them. I'm going to release this one as soon as I can. It's going to take like a day or so for it to process in YouTube. But once I have access to download it, I'm going to be releasing this one first. So it's probably going to be playable or already played by the time this news video came out. But, that's the newest thing. That's what people got to see. Then probably I'll do Turtle WoW and I'll do the other ones afterward. So I'll do a couple this week and I'll release the other few next week. So, all right, guys, I'm going to head out for a few hours. I'm going to try to download this thing once it's ready. And I will meet you back here by 2:30 Eastern time, or 2.5 hours from now if you're somewhere else in the world. All right. See you later.